We looked around our home and felt disconnected. It was a disconnect from our belongings, from our city, and even from each other. We wanted something that we had never seen anyone around us fully achieve. A life of adventure without regrets, and one spent together, not constantly apart. We started taking day trips to the surrounding Great Lakes. We wanted to see boats, Gandalf, boats. And slowly, the fever grew. So, we decided to go for it. I hope no one was wearing headphones for that. Hi. I just got in touch with somebody who runs a sailing course in Mississauga, Ontario, and Chris and I were able to get 2 spots on a weekend course in August. We figured all that out in the last week because we've been really talking about getting a sailboat and living on a sailboat, and there's a lot to know. So I am getting my study on while baby is sleeping, and I passed my first module. This is how much I've done, and this is how much I still have left to do. And I only have 2 hours while William's asleep to do it. So instead of talking to you, I should probably be doing this right now. And don't worry, it wasn't all serious study time. We are on our way to Hamilton? Oakville. We're going to Oakville to look at some sailboats. It's raining. We're not going to buy right now, obviously, but I'm just gonna go lust after them.
We also don't know how to sail yet.
We also don't know how to sail yet. Yeah, it's a really good day for sailing.
One on the halyard?
The main halyard. Matter.
Boat rope going up the mast. One of the 3 ropes. 3.5 ropes on a boat.
What's the half rope?
They said something about the anchor. The rope or the chain that holds the anchor is either a line or a rope.
And if you know the names of the only 3 ropes on a sailboat, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have a chain, you can have a chain and a rope.
So
Either you have a full chain or you have a chain and a rope.
Some people call it a chain and a rope. Hey Sarah, we're about to head home for your sister's wedding, but we just had an interesting encounter with a man named Chris. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we were walking along the harbor here and we knew we couldn't get in to get down the slips, which we wanted to do, but we couldn't. But there happened to be a boat right along the outside, and it has a really interesting looking sail. And we were talking about how much we liked the boat and how cool it was, and I was trying to guess at what the point of the sail. It wasn't the sail, it was the
Wishbone, he called it.
Yeah, so a guy popped out of the boat, and then we saw he was coming down through the gate, so I was like, well, we'll ask him. Anyway, we just had a really, really good conversation with him. I'm so excited. So the boat is called a non-such, and there's only 60 something
1,000.
And they're all from Canada. It's a Canadian boat designer, and it has a wishbone type of mast almost, and the sail is captured between the wishbone shape, and you can swing the wishbone all the way out more than 90 degrees, which I think is really cool. The nice thing about it is that one person can operate it. So I'm not sure that's the style of mast that we would go for, but like it's an option and it's really cool. Also, they're really expensive because there's so few of them. But anyway, we talked about
Live aboard, so he lives here all year round, even to the winter, with his roommate. Him and another guy are sharing this boat. So we pay about $1,500 a month for mortgage, plus bills, utilities, property taxes, etc., 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 maintenance. How much did he say that per month?
it's like 500
Per month to live
he
here.
said budget another like 500 or something like that for the winter time, but it is difficult to get a slip. You really have to know people and they have to know you and like whatever.
You have to
There's,
be
like,
a member of the
15
yacht
slips
club.
available. And yeah, you have to be a member of the yacht club, but that's all details and that can be worked out. So we were thinking about that, but if we could live on the boat and just pay to be on the boat, I'd be fine with that. Like, would you?
Yeah, that's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted a tiny home, but you're not legally allowed to stay in a trailer on somebody else's property, or you're not allowed to buy a house or build a house that's under a certain square footage. So a boat we can take anywhere. If our neighbors are terrible, we can leave. But yeah, that's the current plan. We change our plan every week, but
We don't change it, we adapt it.
so this week's plan is to sell our house in the spring, find a boat and find a slip, and we'll move in there, and over the next 2-3 years we'll start fixing it up. I'll continue to work to pay for this
Do
endeavor,
some more sailing, some
and
more
then we're
racing.
getting the hell out of here.
In the next episode of Turtle Crossing, we finally get on a sailboat and learn some of the basics of cruising.